All right, welcome to the OSCAL-Compass community meeting. Today is June 4th. I have posted the meeting notes in the call chat so everyone can go ahead and add their name to the attendee list. I'm going to go ahead and also share that, share my screen. And if anyone isn't seeing that, I can go ahead and post the notes again if someone needs access to that. And I see quite a few new folks on the call. So at this time, if you would like to just quickly come off mute if you're comfortable, give a quick introduction of yourself and what your interest is in OSCAL-Compass. Please do so now.
Hi, Donald Hunter here from Red Hat. I'm working in the emerging tech at Red Hat, and I'm interested in zero trust compliance. So looking at using OSCAL for zero trust compliance controls and component definitions, etc. So it aligns quite nicely, I think, with what's being discussed here.
Thank you. Welcome, Donald. All right, I think we can go ahead and jump into today's topics. Please, anyone on the call, feel free to add additional topics to the end of that topics list, and we can go over them. If we don't have time, we can certainly prioritize them for the next community call. I want to, for the new trestle release, hand the mic over to Alejandro. Could you expand on that a little bit? The first topic.
Sure. Thank you very much, Jen. Yeah, so we have done the new trestle release, and now we are in version 3.0.1. This includes the recent OSCAL upgrade to version 1.2. So please feel free to play around with the newer version and contact us if you have any feedback or any problems with it. There you will encounter and on the tag related, you will encounter the release notes, what includes what is included on the release, and you will be able to find that as well on PyPy page. So please feel free to go ahead and review what is new, and that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you, Alejandro. Does anyone have any questions before we move on to the next topic, or any comments on the first topic? All right, moving on. So the next thing is something I wanted to bring up, and I just wanted to make everyone aware of the community efforts that we're engaging in right now. So I'm just going to quickly show the new community repo that has recently been created under OSCAL-Compass. We have an associated project under the organization to track all of our efforts there. But the main goal is to just make it easier and more straightforward to engage. We plan on adding information about membership and the types of roles that you can hold in the community, governance information, and more information about the projects, how they work together, and how to contribute. So I want to just make sure everybody was aware of this. It's an ongoing effort, and hoping to make it easier to get started in the community, and looking for any feedback that you all have on additional documentation that you would like to see. So just going to pause there for any questions or comments. All right, and I'll switch back to the notes here. Just kind of an accompanying topic to that. I just wanted to let everyone know that we have started doing bi-weekly release planning meetings. This planning will include project maintainers and anybody holding the triager status in the community, and you can find out more about how to achieve that status and what that means in the community repo. I believe that information is there right now, but I just wanted to say that we'll be holding those, and the meetings will be recorded and then made available for review from the community. So with that, I do have a single proposed topic here, but I would love to hear about what topics that you all want to talk about today.
Sorry, trying to find the Zoom and the mute button. So, do we have time now to discuss the sandbox submission, or you prefer to maybe first listen to new people joining if they have particular aspects of interest? We plan to have soon, very soon, a recording that shows the various aspects of our technology, how they play together, where they come from, what is the goal, what they want to support. And so all the new people joining will have that knowledge, right, coming to. But since we don't have this today, please let us know if there is anything that we can help with before we switch to the sandbox logistics. Or maybe let me ask, are you using the technology, or do you plan to use it? And trying to put on the spot here the newcomers. Okay, not today.
Yeah, Anka, I think we have time. I think we have time to go over the sandbox issue. Let me just find it, unless you have a link for it that you can drop in the chat. I think I can find it pretty quickly.
I have it from Jay on my notes, and I put it right now in the chat.
All right.
And this.
All right. Did you want to lead this discussion, Anka?
Yeah, with Jay, I think Jay had very good feedback last time, and we had a list of to-dos. I worked primarily on our box. I feel happy to drop the content in the actual issue. I was wondering, how do you want to address that? Do you want me to make the updates and review, or do you want us to review in box and make the updates with the agreed upon content? And I see Yana also put in the box the details. I'm not sure if Yana, you added this to the issue as well, or just in the box?
Yeah, just in the box.
Just in the box. So I think it's better to review in the box. We all worked out of that.
Is there is the box is a private instance? Is there a public place that we can collaborate on updates, you think?
So that's why I thought it's we can review publicly here. We can share that the content just to display it here, and then I'll move the contact exec to this issue so other people can do changes and updates and so on.
Oh, sounds good. Did you, let me see, you should have the ability to share your screen here,
Okay.
unless you wanted to give me access. Yeah.
To give you access, I think you have access to the sharing and to Box, right?
I wasn't sure if it was in that particular instance I have access to. Let me see.
Yeah, it was the one that where we had the names with Jay last week.
Ah, I see.
So while you are doing that, I will keep the conversation going. So Jay, I think one of the comments, and it was really well pointed out, is the reason why we want CNCF. So the way that the reasoning, right, that we want to add to that particular section flows is that there is a lot of work in cloud native cybersecurity aspects with software vulnerability and risk and SBOM and so on. But many of the commercial and non-profit communities need, besides those security aspects, to abide by national, regional laws, local laws and regulations. And there is a cross-cutting concern for these mission-critical environments on cloud native that span not only the configuration, right, of software, but also orchestration and human processes, operational aspects that involve artifacts needed for audit. So that's the reason why we want to help cloud, right, with this aspect for the leverage of cloud native in mission critical environments. And additionally, in the industry as a whole, we see the timeline for those audits shifting from annual and quarterly to continuous compliance, right? And this forces, actually pushes this whole domain into automation and engineering. So I covered those two aspects, and then I say that in the universe of cloud native constraints and concerns for mission critical industry, these projects are addressing the emerging cloud and AI regulatory compliance automation requirements, supporting compliance risks and policies from an as code engineering perspective. So do you think that this addresses this question? Do we need other angles from, I know, Jay, that you looked intensively to other submissions, successful submissions and so on. So let us know if this is enough reasoning for CNCF. Why CNCF?
Let me jump in there. Is that, no, that's the meeting note.
Here, Jay, I can share with you what I'm showing right now.
Okay.
And I just pulled out the CNCF pieces of those notes, Anka, just to ensure that I didn't accidentally expose any private data. So I copied this to a Google Doc that I figured we could go over.
Excellent, excellent. And Jay, I can put it also directly here in Slack, just this paragraph. Yeah.
Okay.
So the one point is the compliance aspects, which are different from the security aspects. So we need technology that addresses that. Second is the industry acceleration towards continuous compliance, for which we need automation and as code approach. And third, the point is that, right, these projects are bringing that as a novelty in the CNCF arena. I mean, I'm asking Jay, but actually everybody in the call, if you think there are any other ways of skinning the cat in terms of why we go to CNCF, please, shoot. And also, for instance, initially, I think one of the motivations for CNCF is because of the, maturity and community, and we wanted to expand our community and reach. Should we leave this aspect, or this is kind of implicit? They don't need to hear that.
Yeah, I agree with that. That it's implicit. They don't need to hear
Okay.
that.
Okay, good. So that totally, yeah.
Hmm. So I don't disagree with anything in the why. I think and it's better. I don't know if it needs to be improved or not, but like the critical eye, I think like the perspective you might take if you were looking at it to be critical would be like, why CNCF? Why is this a cloud native thing? Like what makes this cloud native specific? Like it definitely belongs here in CNCF than somewhere else. So that's like that's my take that I've heard. Like this is what we want here. So
yeah, that's what I tried with the first paragraph. This is a cloud problem because cloud is mature enough now for mission critical environments.
mm-hmm. So I can't think of any ways to improve it. So I'm good. I just wanted to be able to at least share if somebody else took that critical point of view, if they saw a way, any weaknesses in it that they could chime in and help. So hopefully what you heard from that was I think I can't see how to improve it. I think it's good.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so this will move there. So in the interest of time, let's move to Jana's part on the cloud native integration part. That was another point that we kind of left unattended, and Jana did a great job. So Jana, if you want to share your points on the C2P.
Yes, as described in this, C2P is the key component to bridge compliance as code and policy as code. And there are many policy engine adapting policy as code manner in CNCF. So, and C2P has a pluggable architecture that support multiple PVPs. So that is a point of presence of C2P in the Compass, OSCAL-Compass project. So, and also already there are some supported PVPs. I listed it in this document. So Kubernetes OCM policies. And OPA is not yet, but considered to be implemented in near future. So, and also do we need, I also write down the PVP plugins of non-CNCF projects such as Auditory Ansible. So, but is it better to claim it, or is it better to just claim only CNCF project?
Jay, I think we discussed this last time, and the point was that we should cover both CNCF in particular, but also open source in general, if I took the notes correctly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in that sense, yeah, auditory may be fully supported in C2P. So, and also, yeah, that is basically about the C2P fundamental functionality. And C2P is very simple program, so it's easy to embedded in any types of pipelines, GitHub Action, Tekton pipelines, and Agile authoring pipeline as well. And Agile authoring pipeline is also one of the OSCAL-Compass projects. So I think in the OSCAL-Compass project, we can fully integrate compliance to policy, end-to-end compliance automations with Trestle, Agile authoring, and C2P. So that's the position of C2P. So is this document sufficient, or I would like to have any feedback?
So I think, Jana, I'm not sure if you noticed, Jen went back to the original issue and highlighted that the integrations do not have to be CNCF, but have to be cloud native. So definitely listing the CNCF is good. I changed the word future for OPA to roadmap. So supported, I wouldn't say supported PVPs, but I say supported integrations, right? With CNCF projects. So we have Kyverno, OCM, and OPA, and then you give the details. Supported PVP integrations, and we have here auditory Ansible. Are they cloud native? I think that's the point. How do we define that the technology is cloud native?
Is it asking me?
I'm asking everybody in the call. So is being leveraged in the cloud? I mean, if I'm looking at Ansible, so we have Ansible as software available, SaaS, in all the hyperscalers, right? AWS, Amazon, and so on. Does it make it a cloud native tool? Or it is the way that its deployment is managed that is deployed on top of cloud native, Kubernetes, OpenShift, and so on? What defines a tool as being cloud native? Am I making sense?
If we can develop, if
Go ahead, Jen.
I was going to say, I think that that's an excellent question, and I would be interested in the answer as well. But typically, when I'm thinking cloud native, I would think built specifically for the cloud or Kubernetes environment, which Kyverno and, well, I would say like OPA Gatekeeper might be an example of something there. Ansible being classified as cloud native, I think that's a really good question. I've never heard it positioned as specifically a cloud native tool versus being used in a cloud native environment. So I would be interested for anybody to correct me on that.
Well, I see a lot of articles under Red Hat, hybrid cloud automation with Ansible. So And there is a look at this that I think shows the intersection. I think I put a link in here if you want to open. I think the answer is Ansible fits into multiple areas of cloud native infrastructure management, and it shows the intersection. So so it fits with container builds and so on. So for me, it's definitely a cloud native tool, right? It's okay. So what I have done with that, I mean, for me, the articles on Red Hat, you know, made enough point. If somebody is just Googling Ansible and cloud native, they get the answer. So I will just go to the link here and update the IANA's supporting the integration with CNCF projects, supported integrations with open source for cloud native, and supported integrations with multi-cluster compliance for the kubestellar. So I updated box with what is needed there. I think that would be. Let me now copy it to Jay. I'll put it in your Slack, okay? That's the final version, the final point on integrations.
Okay. I mean,
If you
I think it looks good.
review shortly.
Mhm.
One thing that I would do, I will not keep C2P. Jana, if you can change everywhere C2P to its full name, compliance to policy. I think we should avoid, especially when these are reviewers, any right, any shortcuts. Okay.
Okay, but I cannot edit this Google Doc.
No, I'm talking about the box.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and I think afterwards, you know, Jen or who we can or I can take everything too. So C2P, PVP, no acronym, right?
Yeah.
You have
Avoid using
cluster manager spelled out. That's good, right? But let's avoid. K8S. Just please write Kubernetes, okay? So Jay, I try to buy some time to give you time to review that. I think it makes its point. And so while Jana does the updates of this, we had one more point, which was on adopters. So I wrote that we have reached $15,000 per month from our adopters. Sample adopters are Sunstone, Rayscale, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, Singapore government. And I started, like Jana did for each of the integrations, short description. I started added the a short description what these four are, right? What type of companies. Jay, do you have any suggestion whether this is helpful to give an input on the company or what aspects of the company?
I'm unclear. I'm unclear. I think unless that company is, maybe I wouldn't put that information in there. Like the specific companies. You could, if you want, you could say, we have information on specific companies, but we're unclear whether or not we should include that here.
Okay, so to say that we communicated with the companies on their usage, but so how do you want to position that? What is your concern actually?
Are those companies comfortable?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, unless they publicly say on their website that they are using Trestle, right? Without that, we cannot put it here, even though we know that they might be using it or they are using it.
So we can say that we have internal collaboration with adopters such as and I give the names. However, this was not made publicly available.
I think you can use RegScale because that one's out in the open. Like you can see that on GitHub that they use Trestle. So I think you can use RegScale for sure.
Okay, so I say, however, only RegScale is in open space to go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, so RegScale is a little different than like, say, some of the others that you listed. So because RegScale is like another open source project product. So that's different than like somebody like I'll make up the
Singapore government. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what I wrote is that we have reached 15,000 downloads per month from our adopters. We have internal collaboration with adopters such as Sunstone, RegScale, Singapore government. However, only RegScale is in open space to publicly review the adoption of our technology.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I will add this to the box. So then, should I add this to the issue? I don't remember if I have access or not to do it. To update it. How does the update work actually?
I think it has to be Vikas.
Yeah, I can edit it, but anyone can probably go and edit that issue, right? I don't think so. There's a restriction there.
Really?
Yeah, just try editing the same issue. I can post a link. Yeah. No.
It doesn't look like I can edit it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, then probably only I can edit it.
Okay.
So let me know when the content is ready, and I'll go and put it there. And this is in our box note, right, Anka?
Yes.
The Rosa FedRAMP, the one we have with Red Hat, correct?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take the content from there and update it.
I will ping you when I'm done, and Yana
Sure.
can also please ping Vikas when you updated all the C2P details. Okay, I think these are all the reviews, Jay. Do you have anything else in mind on your list that we must? I mean, we still have time to review that before the 11th. But if in your evaluations anything else came up, please put it here in this list.
Okay.
So do we know how does the review work? Because since this was moved from new to under review, are there people already looking at this description and they would then discuss based on their reading, or they would read it then and there itself on 11th in the review process?
Oh God, then let's update this as soon as possible.
Exactly, because they may be looking at before the meeting.
Okay. Okay. So I have completed my updates. YCNCF adopters. Okay.
So I think we're a little over. So I just wanted to see, do you feel like we are good on this topic, Anka? Do you think we could continue asynchronously in the Slack channel?
Yeah, we are done. I think I'm done. And Yana, when you are done, ping Vikas, and Vikas, you can update. Thank you so much. This was very timely. Thank
Just
you.
one, there's a question mark on champions. If you look at the box note, it says remove anchor at Tara and J. It's question mark. So are we going to do that, or?
Jay, I think you said we should remove ourselves, or what was the feedback there?
Which was this? The champions part?
Yeah, champions. It's
No, no, it's fine. It's fine.
it's fine. We can leave it like that. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for attending.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.